Alright, hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Casey, and today in this reading we're going to be looking at how can you achieve or how can you get to your desired future. So we're going to start off by looking at where you are right now in the present. What are you doing right now? And what is your desired future? What is it that you're trying to get to? Is it a career or a relationship, etc.? And with the final card, we're going to be looking at how can you get to that desired future? What can you be doing right now in order to achieve what it is that you desire? So today I have 3 different readings for you to choose from. We have pile 1 with the crazy lace agate, pile 2 with the hematite, and pile 3 with the dendritic agate. So go ahead and pause, figure out which one you feel most drawn to. I'll leave timestamps down in the description box below so you can quickly jump to whichever reading that you want to listen to. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, pile 1, if you chose the crazy lace agate, then this is going to be the reading for you. And what I see for you here right now, the desired reality that you want to be at is the one where you are basically strong in every front. You are confident in what you're doing, you're confident in yourself, you're confident in your purpose, you're confident in your friend groups and the people around you, you're confident in your love life. There's just this desire to be not taken advantage of. No one can take advantage of you, no one can lie to you, no one can steal from you, no one will be going behind your back because you can see it all, you can take care of it all. You are the provider and also just the one that is strong on all fronts, who has an inner confidence. And this doesn't necessarily need to mean like you're physically strong or you're constantly providing for everyone, but I see that you have a very strong desire to be confident. And not confident in like the cocky way where everyone's all over you, but confident in that you don't falter in your decisions. You're confident in that people recognize your strength, people respect you, and they also listen to you and take you into account. I feel like you are somebody who has been very stomped all over or forgotten or just not listened to, who people have taken advantage of or always assumed was weak. And you want to prove to everyone. You want people to see the strength coming off of you. They want to see you radiating how much you've grown, how strong you are, how wise you are, and how in tune you are with everything. I feel like you do a lot of personal growth. You're constantly growing and changing, and you want people to recognize it. And there's nothing wrong with wanting recognition. It doesn't mean that you're, like vain, or you have this air of self-importance, or like you're selfish or whatever. I don't think it means any of that. I think you have every right to not want to be walked all over. You have every right to want people to recognize how much you've grown, to recognize that you're not that small person that you used to be, to recognize that you're not the weakling of the group or the one that everybody should be putting down. You deserve to have people recognize your strength, recognize how wise you are, recognize how valuable of a person you are. And I feel like you're growing every day to get to that. But where you are right now, there is a lack of patience because your life is kind of at a standstill. Because what I have here is the stop card clarified by Temperance reversed. So it seems like whatever it is you're working towards right now, it seems like everything is being stopped in its tracks. It seems like there's delays going on, or there's this general air of unhappiness or discontentment with life as it is right now. And there's this lack of patience, not seeing a way forward. And I think something that you need to hear right now that I think you're tired of hearing is that everything happens as it's meant to. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens at the pace that it's meant to. And you're wondering why things aren't happening faster for you. And I feel like this comes from a place of ego, but also a place of fear. That you're afraid that you're not good enough if you can't achieve it right away. If you can't prove to everyone that you are going to make it happen. If you can't prove to everyone that you're going to have that career, or you're going to have that relationship, or you're going to have this amount of money in your bank account by this time. And I apologize for, in the beginning, I said for being so impatient. I feel like it is very valid for you to be afraid right now. I think you want to have these things, not just to have them, but to prove to other people that you are worthy. to prove to other people that you can make it happen, that you can accomplish things. And it's all coming from a place of ego. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's a human thing. I think we all do it. But you need to recognize that things right now are happening the way that they are for a reason, to better you in some way. Even if it might not feel like it in the moment, if you could see the big picture, you would see what I'm saying. But I get the feeling that that might piss you off saying that. You're like, oh, I've heard that a million times. I don't want to hear that again. I am tired of things happening slowly for me. I want it to be accomplished because I deserve it. And that's a whole bag of worms I don't want to get into. I want you to know that you will get to where that you want to go at the time that you are meant to be there. But right now, you are at this place where you are still learning. You are going to get to that place of having all the things that you said that you would have, proving everyone wrong. You'll have the strength, the confidence. But in order to get that, you can't just have it overnight. It is something that is built on the back of hard work. It is built on the back of things that take a long time. Things that, if it came to everyone easily, everyone would have it. And I need you to recognize that along the way to accomplishing these things, you are growing into the person that you want to be. And what I want you to hear right now for what will help you get to this desired future, what will help you accomplish all the things that you want, to have the life that you want, to have the strength that you desire to have, where it's radiating off of you and not something that you need to shove in people's faces for them to see it. You need to cut off those people or distance yourself from those people that you feel the desire to prove it to. You know, yes, they can be a driving force that makes you say, I want to be better so that they respect me. They can be the person that fuels your passion, that fuels this desire to be better, to do better. But they can also be a detriment in your life that holds you back, that can make you feel small, that can make you feel spiteful and angry. You know, it can be a great motivator to feel like you want to prove everyone wrong. That can definitely get the train rolling. But when you still have these people around you that make you feel small, that make you feel insecure, that you're afraid to share things with, that you're afraid to open up to and be 100% honest and vulnerable to, those people aren't benefiting you. Maybe they were your motivator once, but now it's dragging you down. It's making you feel small. And true strength and confidence comes not from putting up a front of seeming all-powerful all the time. It comes from the ability to be open and honest to people that we love and care about and show them when we're not doing good or what the truth is of what we're going through. It's not constantly flashing, dollars in front of people's faces or buying the most important wine bottles at dinner to show how good we have it, or driving around in that snazzy new car to show people how good we're doing. Sometimes having that strength and confidence means telling people we're close to a breakdown. Telling people the truth, like, yes, I'm trying to work towards all these things, but sometimes it feels like too much. And something that can help you get there is surrounding yourself with people that actually want to see you succeed. And you can't do that when you're surrounded by these people that you feel the desire to prove yourself to and be fake around. Because trust me, these people have insecurities too. But they are in a toxic state of mind, fueled by ego. And as long as you keep trying to prove yourself to them, as long as you keep living amongst them, surrounding yourself with them, you are just going to turn into one of them. And you are never going to feel that true freedom and happiness and peace that comes with allowing yourself to be open and honest with people you care about. Because these people don't care about you. You know they're fueled by ego. You know how they make you feel about yourself. They make you feel like shit. You don't want to be around these people. You want to rub their face in the dirt and show them how good you can be. But when you get all those flashy dollars, when you get that desired reality, do you want to be surrounded by these people just to say, ha, look, I got it, to spite them? Or do you want to be celebrating with people who helped you get there along the way? Who upheld you, who helped you get the connections, the networking, who were there for you not just at your highest, but also at your lowest? That is what will get you to this true strength. When I look at this pillar, it's not just this one singular line of rock that's being held up all on its own. It's a collection of pieces that uphold each other in order to hold up things. It's like that saying, there's strength in numbers. You don't need to be strong on your own just to prove to people that you can fit in among them. If you can be stronger together, you'll be 1,000,000 times better off than you would have been with those other people. So what I want you to hear right now that you've probably heard before, if you have been on this self-betterment journey or, building yourself up, hustling, you've probably heard, surround yourself by people that you want to be like. And at the moment, you're being surrounded by people that, maybe they do have the life that you're trying to go for, but who are they underneath all that? Who are they underneath the money and the facade? They are broken, ego-driven people. And I think when you get past that facade, ask yourself, do you want to be around those people? Do you want to be like them? Because the 5 people closest to us are the people that we are most like. They're the people that are going to mold us, just the way that we mold them. And I don't think that you want to be surrounded by these people that you're trying to prove wrong. These people that walked all over you, that talked behind your back, that put you down. So it's time for you to, for lack of a better term, ghost them, like this card says. Cut off contact with them. These aren't people that need to be in your life. Even if they're family members, you don't need to fully cut them off, but distance yourself from them. Don't care about their expectations. I know it's a lot easier said than done. I deal with it too. But it's time to prioritize people that actually matter. Find the people that are trying to do the same thing that you're doing. Try to find the people that are genuinely trying to better themselves, not just making money and putting up a facade of cockiness that makes them seem like they're all that, but people that actually genuinely on the inside care about bettering themselves, becoming more emotionally mature, emotionally healing. People that want to uplift other people and not step on them. And something else I want to say is, if you can't find those people in the physical realm, if you can't physically come across these people and hang out with them, listening to, for me at least this helps, listening to podcasts of people that you want to be like. Not the kind of toxic, something that came to mind is this guy, Andrew Tate, who was all about toxic masculinity, putting women down. Some guys saw him as that's alpha male, I want to be like him, he gets bitches, he has lots of money. But the truth is, if you take away all the possessions, all you have is a man that puts down tons of people so he can stand at the top of all of them. So I want you to look around at the type of media that you're consuming, the types of voices that you're listening to, even if these aren't people that you physically directly know. The types of media that you listen to, the types of people's voices that you listen to, you will grow into them. You will learn to become like them. You will be them eventually. So if you have to ask yourself, who do you want to be like? Start listening to them. Start taking in their content. Because for me at least, I really like listening to podcasters who, for example, there's this guy Leo Skeppy. He has this podcast called Aware and Aggravated, and I love listening to him. He's all about, bettering yourself, achieving what you want to achieve, maintaining discipline. Those are all things that I like to listen to, and I think that those would be things that you like to listen to too. Maybe you don't vibe with him or you don't necessarily like what he does, but there's other people out there for you that you can find. And I urge you to explore that. Because the main thing that will get you to your desired reality, your desired future, is surrounding yourself with the influences that have what you want to have. That have, the better self, or, even if it's like a career goal that you have the kind of career that you want. Listen to how they got there. Listen to what helped them. Listen to how they achieved what they got, and you can follow in their footsteps. So, pile 1, that is what I have for you. I think that you are going to get to where you want to go, but there is still work to be done. And the reason that you're not there right now is because if you were to get there, it wouldn't solve all your problems overnight. And you would feel so empty to know that everything that you worked so hard for left you where you are, still the same person that you were when you started. In order to be a truly better person, you need to cut off these people that are no longer serving you, people that are dragging you down, these influences and ways of thinking that aren't a part of who it is that you want to be. So, that is what I'll leave you with. If you enjoy my videos, you like what I do, feel free to subscribe and stick around. I do post about twice a week. And if you're looking for a reading about your specific situation, there is a link to my shop down the description box below. But that's everything that I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Alright, pile 2. If you chose the hematite, then this is going to be the reading for you. And I want to say off the bat, like you can see with all the green, I think you're doing great right now. I think you are on the right path, and there's not a lot that can be changed right now except just maintaining and making sure that you're having a proper, work, rest, fun balance. And I'll get a little bit more into that, but what I see for you right now is your desired reality. You want to be, obviously, just in general, financially stable, but you also, on the emotional front, you want to be confident, you want to be happy in where your life is right now, you want stability, you also want like a passion looking forward, that, there's progress, there's movement, you always have a purpose that you're working towards, and with the movement card, you don't like stagnancy, and with the Two of Wands, it's like you constantly want to be looking forward, you always like to have new creative ideas coming to you, and your desired reality that you want to achieve is you have the financial stability, but you still have, the spark to continue working just with your own freedom. Maybe you want to be your own boss, you want to have the expansion to, chase your creative endeavors, your desires. Basically, you're the type of person that likes to keep moving. You're somebody that's very creative, and in your desired reality, in your desired future, you have all the money that you need. So now you can just pursue your creative pursuits. You can pursue that small business that you wanted to have. You can pursue more endeavors that interest you, but everything is under your control, and it's your desires that you're chasing after, not some boss that's above you. It's everything that has to do with what do you want to do. Being your own boss, basically. That is what I see for your desired reality. And just in general, you really want to have that work-life balance where you and your family are very happy, but you're also very happy with what you're doing. You're feeling motivated and satisfied with what you're doing. You always have something to do, but it's never too much. It's just the right amount to keep you entertained and invigorated. So what I see for you right now is you're on the right path to getting there. Right now you're maintaining a pretty good balance. It seems like your work, rest, fun balance is pretty good. And with the Seven of Pentacles, it seems like the money, the streams of income that you're growing right now are only going to continue to grow more. So whatever career-wise it is that you've been working towards, whatever financial spheres that you're in right now, everything is growing just the way that it is. You're doing everything right. And maintaining that balance right now, you're doing a great job of it. The only thing that I would emphasize with what will help you get there is you have rest and the Page of Wands reversed. I think that you have all these different ideas of different things that you want to pursue, but what I want to say is you might want to devote some more time to rest. I think what you have going right now is very good, and you might have started brainstorming new ideas of new pursuits to take on, new things to take on, but I think that right now isn't the best time to go starting lots of new endeavors. Maybe you've been thinking about, like, let's take for example, if you own a few restaurant franchises. Maybe you've been thinking about like, oh, and I'll make my own restaurant here, maybe it'll be like a seafood place, and maybe I'll take on a new franchise here, and you feel like you have the emotional and energetic bandwidth to take all that on right now. But what I want you to know is your current pursuits and your current streams of income are benefiting you because you have this energy to devote to them right now. And if you start taking on too much, your streams of income might start to falter. So what I'll say is you might want to cut back. I know that you're a very creative, passionate person who loves coming up with exciting new ideas. It makes you feel very inspired, but you might want to cut back on that a little bit, not jump the gun too fast, and maybe devote some extra time to resting. There's this book that I was reading, God, I can't remember. I picked it up in Barnes & Noble. It was all about being where your feet are. It was by a man. He was in the basketball, like the sports business, like a really high up CEO of like the Madison Square Garden or something for a bunch of basketball teams, like really, really big sports guy. But basically the moral of his book that he was writing about is being where your feet are. As soon as he would get home and take off his shoes, he was where his feet were. He was with his family. He wasn't constantly on his phone talking to investors or talking to his coworkers. He wasn't up in his head thinking about work. When he was at home and he was at the dinner table with his family, he was at home at the dinner table with his family. His mind wasn't elsewhere. He wasn't allowing his stresses to invade his home life. And the same thing goes that when he was at work, he was there where his feet were. He was there speaking to the person in front of him. His brain wasn't racing a million miles a minute. He was taking the moment to be present with his coworkers, being present in the meetings that he was in. And that's the very important thing that I think that you're trying to maintain here. And that Spirit is asking you to do a little bit more so of. Being where your feet are. When you're with your family or when you're with your partner or when you're blowing off steam with your friends, be with them in that moment. I feel like you are the kind of person that your mind naturally races a million miles a minute, naturally comes up with all these new ideas. And it makes you feel great to constantly be exploring these ideas, thinking about how you can make them expand. But it's also important to realize that what you have right in front of you, when you have family, friends, a home that matters to you, devoting time and energy to them is one of the most important things in life. Devoting time to these connections that will matter way longer than any job are so much more important, and maintaining this work-life, fun, family, social balance is going to be a lot more important in the long run. And I feel like if you start jumping off and trying all these new endeavors, you're going to have a lot less energy and everything is going to start to suffer. So I'd say right where you are right now, you are going to get to that future that you want. Just continue to do what you're doing, let yourself rest a little bit, continue to have these new ideas, write them down, but don't feel the need to jump after them and start all these new things because it might detract from what you're doing right now. And I do definitely think that you're going to get where you need to go. You're on the right path. Just keep doing what you're doing. I can definitely get the sense that you want to expand as fast as possible to get to that end goal. But it's not necessarily a bad thing to slow down a little bit and allow life to just flow the way that it's going right now, It's not like everything is going to fall apart because you're not going as fast as your brain can think up ideas. So that is what I'll leave you with here, Pile 2. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope that it resonated with you and it helps you in wherever you are at life right now. If you enjoy what I do and you want to stick around, feel free to subscribe. I do post about twice a week. And if you want a reading about your specific personal situation, there's a link down the description box below to my shop. But that's everything that I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Alright, Pile 3. Last but certainly not least, if you chose the Dendritic Agate, then this is going to be the reading for you. And what I see for you here today is right now, first of all, I feel like this is for people that are in a relationship. So, if you're not in a relationship right now, then it could be that a different pile was for you, or this just isn't for you. So take what resonates and leave if it doesn't. But what I see for you is you're in a relationship right now with somebody that you love and care about a lot. Or even if it's just starting, it's somebody that you have a lot of passion and intimacy with. It's somebody that, and I'm going to be blunt here, you have a lot of sexual passion for. There's a lot of sexual compatibleness between the two of you. And with the Eight of Wands, it seems like there's a lot of spontaneity. Maybe things are new and fresh and there's lots of exciting things happening for you. Or even if this is a relationship that you've been in for longer, there's still a lot of passion here. There's a lot of excitement between the two of you. But what I see for you is there's a desire here that you might think is for something new. But what I want you to hear is it's not that you want a new partner. You just want some mystery. You want some surprise. And in long-term relationships, passion can still exist, but something that we tend to not necessarily lose, but something that fades is the mystery and the intrigue when you've known a person for a long time. But just because it fades doesn't mean it's gone forever. It's just something that you have to work towards a little bit. And I feel like you're afraid because you're with this person that you feel very passionate about, you feel a lot of love for them, things are still very exciting between the two of you, but you're afraid that you desire someone new. And I think that you're afraid that you're going to be caught in this cycle because, to be honest, this happens to a lot of couples, a lot of individuals in relationships, because we all desire that beginning stage when you don't really know how that person feels about you, you're flirting, getting to know each other, and then the two of you finally come together and it's this passionate, exciting, new experience. But as time goes on, even though there's still that passion, there's still that love and attraction there, the mystery is gone. The intrigue is gone. And that's what makes people start thinking that they want to, I'm not saying this is necessarily you or your partner. This is just a trend that tends to happen with a lot of couples. This is why some people cheat, is because it feels so more exciting to have someone new, to have that mystery again. Even though, maybe you're not as attracted to that person, it's just the fact that there's that newness, there's that dance of chasing after someone new. And what I want you to hear right here is that you don't need to leave this person and pursue someone near to get that same feeling from them. It's just going to be something that you need to work towards. And I'm not a couples therapist. I'm not a relationship counselor. So I encourage you to look into this yourself. I know personally, I've been to Barnes & Noble's a lot recently, and they have an entire section about books about relationships, how to reignite that flame, how to have that intrigue again, how to reignite a relationship. So there are tons of resources out there. I highly, highly encourage you to look into them. But just telling you what I'm seeing here is that's what you're searching for. I think you might start feeling a lull in your relationship, and you're afraid that it feels like it's coming to a close, and you're not ready to let go because you love this person a lot. You still have a lot of passion for them. You just want that excitement that you felt in the beginning. And it is something that you can get back. It is not something that is lost forever once you've been in a relationship for a long time. It's just something that you need to work towards a little bit more. And what I see for how you can get this desired future, how can you get this desired reality, you have hunger and the Knight of Cups. And what I see for you is you just need to unlock that hunger again, that hunger that you feel when you're getting to know someone new at the beginning of the relationship. How you can get to that is by talking to your partner, open and honest, telling them how you feel, maybe speaking to a therapist first or a relationship counselor, either together or on your own. If you and your partner have these same feelings, maybe talking to one together or talking to one on your own so you can get tips and tricks on how you can reignite this hunger again. Because that's what I see for you is you guys still have this passion. After all this time, you still have this spontaneity and energy, and you have this attraction to each other still. And that's very rare. And I don't want you to mistake this feeling of wanting mystery or wanting this intrigue to mean that the relationship is coming to a close, because it's not. It just means that it's time to put in some work to get that hunger back. And that is not something that is gone. Not at all. I see the energy and passion that you have in this relationship. It just needs, like when a fire is starting to die down, it still has the coals there. Maybe you need to throw on some new logs. Maybe that means going to a BDSM dungeon for, not necessarily that that's your relationship, but sometimes it means trying new things together. Sometimes it means learning new things. It doesn't need to be inherently sexual, just doing things to build that bond, rebuild that partnership, stoke the flame again, throw some new logs on that fire and get things reignited. Like I said, it doesn't need to be all sexual. Sometimes, there's this thing that I heard about why men cheat in the workplace a lot more is because they feel most connected to a partner when they are accomplishing things. So if you're in a relationship with a man or you are a man, maybe you want to do something with your partner where it feels like you're accomplishing things, learning a new skill together, competing in something together, doing things that make the two of you feel competitive against each other or with each other. For women, I can't remember exactly what it said, but I encourage you to look into it if you are a woman or if you're in a relationship with a woman. But yeah, I highly, highly encourage you to do some research, read some books, maybe talk to a couples counselor and figure out how you can stoke this flame, how you can keep things going. Because the thing about relationships is it's great in the beginning, but no relationship stays that way forever. That doesn't mean that it's lost. It just means that as time goes on, you have to put work into it, just like you have to put work into a fire, you know? And don't let that flame die out, because I see there's still so much for you guys to have together. It just means learning some new stuff, putting more work in together, spending more or maybe less time together makes the heart grow fonder. Maybe it's traveling together. But whatever it is, I encourage you to figure it out for yourself, because I can tell that this is somebody that you want to be with. This is somebody that you want to maintain a relationship with. And I truly wish you the best in accomplishing it. I know that you can do it. So don't be afraid. Things aren't going to fall apart. It's just time to throw some new logs on that fire, like I said. So, pile 3. That is everything that I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy what I do, feel free to subscribe and stick around, because I do post about twice a week. And if you want a personal reading from me, there's a link to my shop down the description box below. But that's everything that I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.